Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Terumah, and this will be a Dvar Torah that will focus on one command in the Sedra and a real unique command of Hashem's and how Hashem told Moshe about this command. We're going to take a little from the world of chemistry to explain this command. When you have a system made up of a series of molecules, those molecules sometimes combine. When the chemical reaction finishes, the chemicals will reverse the reaction and become their original molecules. It is at this completion of this reversal that equilibrium is reached. Equilibrium is reached on its own, with no outside forces acting on the system. Scientists say that equilibrium happens through spontaneous processes. Spontaneous processes really scare us. In this Dvar Torah, I'd like to discuss man's fear of the spontaneous. The unpredictable are difficult for man. Proactive by nature, being reactive just simply isn't in our nature. Life's tests present themselves in the unpredictable. To succeed, one must be able to deal with the unexpected. In this week's Sedra, we find Moshe challenged with the spontaneous. Unlike using Moshe's tests, I hope to give the reader a direction in their own challenges. Man's confidence is generated by his level of control. When man is able to determine his future and the outcome of events in life, man feels secure. To this end, proactive approaches are encouraged. The value of preemptive, dire situations is of prime importance, and waiting to react to situations as they develop is seen as weakness. Yet, when man is honest, he recognizes that there is only so much that he can control. Most of life is unpredictable. We have limited control of the myriad factors that contribute to what happens around us. There are events that occur without our direction. By Hashem's natural order, what we call hashgacha klalit, or specific divine providence, what we call hashgacha pratis, life happens largely out of our control. Without prophecy, it is impossible to know if Hashem specifically planned events or they simply worked out that way. These seemingly spontaneous events frighten, for they shake the security that self-determination brings. Life challenges man to better himself and pass away a more perfected person than when he entered this world. The challenge is made easier in a controlled atmosphere. But life is truly challenging when the unpredictable occurs. Perfect character is necessary when panic and confusion sets in. It is when man is forced to be reactive that he truly sees how strong his character is. Spontaneous, out of man's hand situations are addressed by a verse in our Sedra this week. Hashem commands Moshe to build the menorah, and he says, and I quote, "It shall be made by a single hammered work of pure gold." Rashi notices Hashem didn't command Moshe to build the menorah, but rather Hashem said it shall be made of it by itself. Rashi explains that since Moshe had difficulty conceptualizing what the menorah should look like, Hashem told him to throw the mass of gold into the fire and it will form himself. The spontaneous creation of the menorah, like the spontaneous chemical reaction of equilibrium, are all examples of life out of man's control. Man can't expect that life will occur in a controlled manner, and when man is forced to be reactive, he can remember the menorah, the world of science, and be comforted that it is in these situations that his character is tested and perfected man strives. Let's all merit to handle the stress, tension, and challenge of the unexpected in a refined manner, befitting the perfected individual. Shabbat Shalom.